In today's video, we will focus in the Bitcoin value. This is like the Bitcoin 1 hour candles with the Aiki Nation candles, and as we can see today, the Bitcoin basically is 75,000. Today is slightly up, but is way above than the beginning of April. So the Bitcoin is rising. If we check the valuation up and we have a look to the Bitcoin related stocks, Mara, that is a mining company together with Riot, Mara is still undervalued. The distance from the 52-week high is 55%, and the DCF upside is minus 160%, but the consensus price target is 41.97%, and it's the only undervalued company Bitcoin related. So if we have a look to the chart, this is the daily chart with normal candles. As we can see, if we have a look to the 16th of October, Mara was at 22.5 and now is 11.27. Is still under the SMA 200. But if the Bitcoin come back to 120,000, I'm presuming that Mara will rise by 100% from this point. The RSI is overbought, and even the MACD is positive. So today the price crossed the upper Bollinger Bands, and so there is a positive uptrend. If we have a look to Riot, Riot is overvalued and today is not rising. So today is a bit in red, but is far away from his top, not at the level of Mara. So if I have to pick a stock Bitcoin related, I will choose Mara. Strategy is still down a lot and is still overvalued. If we have a look to the data from Mara, the Piotrowski score is weak, so it's not really a stable company, and the Altman Zeta score is in a distressed zone. Mara doesn't have a positive free cash flow, but I'm assuming the upside will be massive. If the Bitcoin come back to 120 or in the zone 120, 126,000, the Mara stock will basically double. So it's a really interesting speculative stock. If you have a look to the SP 500, the top company for market cap, everything now is overvalued. Nvidia, Apple, Google. So basically all the tech stocks are rising once again. Usually in the top 10, they are always overvalued, but they are rising. If we have a look to Microsoft, that recently I bought Microsoft, is still way below the 200 SMA. And if we have a look to Meta, is about to cross the 200 SMA. So it is still have margin. If we have a look to the earnings of today, these are the list of upcoming earnings. Post-market, Netflix has earnings, so it might gain a lot, it might drop a lot. So we will see. I keep the situation monitored for Netflix because it's overvalued, but is a really interesting stock. So if the app is loading, so Netflix will have the earnings after today, after market close, and the upcoming earnings as well is Intel, Starbucks, Robinhood. It is quite down from his 52 weeks high, and Qualcomm. So Morgan Stanley, this is like the recent earnings. Morgan Stanley beat the earnings, and since earnings is rising, Bank of America the same, is rising a bit since the earnings, and ASML dropped 6% after earnings. Another mention is to JP Morgan, is down 2.5% since earnings. Johnson & Johnson is like slightly positive, but the stock doesn't have plenty of volatility. And Goldman Sachs as well is beat the earnings and is up 0.2%. If we check the ETF flow for today, 51 net buys, 12 net sales. So all the ETF related funds today, they bought Nvidia, Microsoft, Broadcom, Applied Material once again, and we can see Meta, Eli Lilly, and Starbucks. These are like what the most funds are buying. The difference between today and yesterday they bought way more stocks and they sell way less stocks. So the market, I think they are especially like funds and retail investors are floating the market because now finally it's rising. So if we have a look to the snapshot of the SP 500, today SP 500 is up 0.2%, and this is the 1 hour chart. As we can see, the SP 500 crossed the 200 SMA and it reached the all-time high. Is nearly way above the upper Bollinger Band. Now it looks like it's more in a consolidating phase, but the RSI is still hugely overbought. So hopefully the situation will continue. Stocks that I'm looking to buy in the next few days are, I have my watch list, personal watch list, Palo Alto. I bought Qualcomm a few days ago, and Palo Alto is still massively overvalued, but if we have a look to the chart, to the daily chart, is still under below the 200 SMA, and the current price is 166, and the distance from the basically the 28th of October, the 52 weeks high is quite a bit. So it can have like a margin, we can say. So if we have a look to this row, so the distance from the 52 weeks high is 26%, and the consensus price target is above 27%. Another stock that I'm eyeing is Disney. Disney is undervalued. The distance from the 52 weeks high is 70%, and the DCF upside is minus 0.5%. So it's an interesting stock. We will see after earnings is still under the 200 SMA, but it just crossed the upper Bollinger Band. So it still have margins, but in a few weeks, I think 2 or 3 weeks, Disney will have earnings, and during the earnings there are like plenty of volatility. So in a couple of weeks, I will definitely have a look, and we will see if it's a buying opportunity. And for today, that's it.